Hey everybody, welcome to day 36 of the 40-day Take Back Your Life video journey. 40 days of thinking right so that we can live right. We are barreling ever so close to the end. Today we start week 5.
Week 6.
Week 6. Okay.
We start week 6, which is Think Right, Live Right.
We're getting down to the end now, so that it's gonna be a little bit more challenging as we look inward towards the things that we've learned, the things that we've sort of developed over the last several weeks, and it's going to get a lot more personal. We start that today, right?
Yep, on embracing the struggle. In your questions from today, you're going to be asked to go back to week 1, which is what we alluded to way back in week 1, so hopefully you did keep your journal. Mm-hmm. Our verse for today is Psalm 37:4, and it says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart."
Pastor starts out talking about the struggle that a butterfly has coming out of the cocoon. If you know anything about nature, you know that the caterpillar goes into the cocoon and then out comes the butterfly. Well, the interesting part about it is, if you help the butterfly in any way, then the butterfly does not have enough strength to fly. It has to struggle to get out of the cocoon to develop the strength to be able to flap the wings. And we are the same way spiritually. We have to develop the strength to know how to move. And Pastor eloquently lays that out today in knowing what God's calling us to do. And if we are living right, if we are living with intentionality of following Jesus, then that just sort of develops, right?
It does. And whenever I think about this, I think about being parents and how you have a desire to help your kid along the way. And you want to keep them from having heartache or struggles. And this is exactly what we're talking about, that they have to have heartache and they have to have struggles while they're still at home with you. Otherwise, they won't learn how to deal with it, and they'll get out into the world, and the world is not kind. The world is there, and the master of the world is Satan. So he's there to kill, steal, and destroy. So as parents, we want to make sure that we allow our kids to struggle and that we're there to help them understand a little bit faster so that whenever they do get out into the world, they're able to fly.
And that sort of goes along with what Pastor was talking about, and knowing what it is that God's calling you to do. As parents, as we teach our children and give them the lessons over the years of growing up, eventually they're going to move in the way that resembles the upbringing that we gave them. Mm-hmm. The Bible tells us, train a child in the way that they should go, and they won't soon depart from it. Now, they might kick and scream along the way, but eventually they will sort of follow along that same trajectory that you've taught them over the years.
And it's important that your audio and your video match. So if you're telling them and then you're not walking the walk right along with them, they'll watch your walk and they'll follow in your footsteps faster than they'll follow in your word. From an audio video guy, he loves to see things synced up. And whenever it's not in sync, meaning that the audio and video are not matching, it'll drive him crazy. And that's the best visual that I can give, is that you want your words and your actions to be the same.
Yeah. We often tell our kids, do as I say, don't do as I do, but that is never going to work. Our kids will always do what they see us do. And I think that's the ultimate example that Jesus gave whenever he came to earth. If we do what Jesus did, then we will be right where God wants us to be. And that's the hard part, is because, it's much easier to sort of do our own thing or do what we feel. Oftentimes we end up going off of our feelings, and so we get distracted.
Feelings are a terrible place to start because they are deceptive. And whenever you feel, you're going off of emotions and you're not going off of the truth that you know.
Pastor mentioned that to some degree in today's reading, and it wasn't his feeling, but it was the feelings of those people that were around him whenever he said, hey, we're going to move to Montana and we're going to start Fresh Life Church. There were so many people that their feelings, because of the relationship that they had with the Luskos or whatever it may have been at the time, but their feelings said, oh, well, God can't possibly be calling you to do that. But God was calling him, and God has blessed that. But we have to be willing to know that our feelings can be deceptive, and that we have to live in that that pattern that we've developed by following God's example.
Mm-hmm. We told you it was going to get deep and was going to get personal. It's all about the examples that we are following by following the Word, and the examples that we're showing to those that we're raising up behind us.
Yeah. And this gets into really personal for me, trying to develop and decipher what it is that God's calling us to next. As the spiritual leader of our family, I don't take that lightly. And so these weeks, last couple of weeks of the things that we've been learning about and Take Back Your Life, even though this is the second time I've done this book, it hits just as hard, because just like Pastor said, God didn't say move to Montana. He just had a feeling that he needed to do something new and something different, something that was requiring a leap of faith. And so I find myself in that same position currently. So, we got to learn to just trust what it is that God is teaching us in these moments.
Yep.
So,
it's good stuff. We are 90% finished with this video journey. Day 37 coming up quick tomorrow is Stand on Tiptoes.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Day 37. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the like button if you like the video, and make sure that you click the bell if you want to know when these go live every day. Have an amazing day.